Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel, and please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your certified Scentsy consultant, and the link to that is in the description box down below, and there should be a description on the end screen as well that you can type in. So today I have for you part 2 of the BBMB for June of 2022 warm reviews, and depending on how long the video gets, I may do my all 25 recap at the end of this, but I know myself, if I get over 20 or 25 minutes, I'll probably end up breaking that up into a separate video. So today I have the bakery and a few bars that just didn't really classify very well to throw together to finish up our thoughts and my feelings on all of these wonderful new bars. So first off, I just want to remind you, June 1st, all of these bars will be available on the website. You can sort of get a sneak peek right now if you want to go and look at the descriptions more closely. All of these bars are sort of in the queue for perusal, but you cannot purchase them yet, and they'll just be under the wax tab. So first off, and I'm just gonna kind of go in groups, I did all of the bars that sort of leaned bakery and or fall, because all of them I was able to warm in a group. What I do to warm these, and this is kind of what I do on a daily basis anyway, is I try to match up scents that are complementary, because the way that my home is, it has all these little nooks and crannies and pockets for scent because it's small and semi-divided. So my first group here are going to be what I would call the fall leaning bars. And let's just slay the dragon first off. Very Peri Pumpkin. We know that this is a famous bar. We know everybody voted for it. I know that people are very grateful that it is back, but it is not my favorite. Now, it's not actually my least favorite of the whole 25, and we'll get to that down the road, but it is only my third least favorite pumpkin scent, all three of them being just not something I would ever really want to warm. The worst pumpkin scent Scentsy has ever made for me was Perfect Pumpkin Pear. There was this pear, pumpkin, and sandalwood combo. It genuinely smelled like someone had gotten sick in the room. I hated it. And then right on the heels of that is Pumpkin Marshmallow. And to me, that one smelled as though there was this nasty burned, I don't know, burned candy, burned marshmallow, burned rubber with a yucky canned pumpkin. So both of those were an absolute no. This one's not as bad as either of those two, but it has, to my nose, that exact same canned pumpkin note. So if you love pumpkin marshmallow, you will probably like this one. So the Very Peri Pumpkin, just to be fair, is not as offensive to my nose as those others, but it just isn't the pumpkin note that I love from Scentsy. It's mushy, watery, canned pumpkin with some pear, and it does not delight me. I actually put this guy in my basement. I have this very large, almost like a den down there, and then there's a laundry room. I put a cube of this in my laundry room, and I put a cube of this in my night sky warmer in the main area, and I went down and sniffed that, and it's not obtrusive, it's not a bully, it's not super offensive, it's just not the kind of pumpkin smell I'm gonna go and spend my money on. So if you love this, especially, as I said, if you love pumpkin marshmallow, this might be your bar, and I'm glad that Lisa's happy. And next time, let's come up with another bar that we can vote back that's sort of a unicorn bar, because there are a lot of them. For me, if you guys want to write this down, Autumn Blaze Maple is my unicorn bar that I really want back in the future. We almost got it this summer. It was in the top 50. That's my bar that I want back at this point, because you all have been so generous with your Cozy Fireside. I'm good for a while, although I want to vote that back if it comes back for a voting option this winter, which I think is in August that we vote for that. I want my Cozy Fireside back, but I'm not sure if it's even eligible yet. Anyway, I'm rambling. Next, I have another fall leaning bakery, and this is Buckleberry. And then right there, I know people are going to say, but Elizabeth, there's no bakery in this bar. I know, this is a weird one. Oh, and I forgot to tell you what Scentsy said about either of these, so let me read. Very Peri Pumpkin is nashi pear, fresh picked pumpkin, see right there. It doesn't say cooked, it doesn't say spiced, it just says fresh pumpkin. Green apple, and see, I don't love tart green apple and pear together usually, it's just too much of a amped up combination, although that's not fair. Apple Teeny Splash is amazing, but with the pumpkin and then just a tiny bit of spice and autumn breeze, it's just all together, too many notes I don't love. But then with this one, the Buckleberry, I will admit, I think that the description of Buckleberry is not fair to the bar. Because they say that it's a bite of summer's bounty, bursting fresh berries atop a buttery blanket of crumbly coffee cake. There's no butter in here. There's just the tiniest hint of a spiciness that might be like a cinnamon streusel, but it is so faint. So what I get out of Buckleberry, which is why I love it, is saturated, juicy, tart berries. And when I pair that with other scents that lean heavier into bakery, you can mix this one, you can do alternating warmers. I love it. And it has such a saturated, almost like a Loganberry or a Marionberry scent. I have this wonderful memory of going out with these little fanny packs with a friend of mine, climbing the trees where all the mulberries were in the summertime and then making crisp. This has that saturated, super tart mulberry scent, and I hate mulberry bush, which is another one that's similar if you're confused. Buckleberry and mulberry bush are similar enough, but mulberry bush is bitter, it's sharp, it's got this orange peel thing on the back end. You can't fix it. I couldn't even sweeten it up with bakery. So this one in that category, I love it in August, and I love mixing it. So that is my defense for Buckleberry. It is not fair to expect what you see in the description in this bar, so I can totally see why people are disappointed. But if you're looking for a tart, saturated, really rich berry scent, this is your bar. And I cannot wait to put this with oats and honey, and maybe even just a sliver of clove and cinnamon, like put all that together, and then I'm gonna get that Buckleberry, which they say is in here, false advertising. Okay, the next one, I didn't think I was gonna like this. I've only ever smelled it in the tester, and when I warmed it, I just don't love it. And that is Blueberry Pancakes. So let's see what Scentsy says about this. I don't hate this, I just don't love it. Blueberry and butter accord over light maple makes the mood. I'd say it's pretty authentic. It smells like, to me, it doesn't have so much a pancake note for my nose. It has the blueberry and it has a bakery note, and it reminds me a lot of those like little muffin top things that you can get at the store with the blueberries in them, but it doesn't lean juicy. It doesn't lean, I make a lot of pancakes like from scratch. I'm kind of a bakery snob. I make my own pie. I make waffles like from scratch. I make pancakes from scratch. I use excellent buttermilk, all that kind of stuff. So it is sometimes hard to please me when it comes to these bakery smells. So I just don't like the fake blueberry note in here. Here's a shocker. I think I might have actually liked the Easter bar better because it wasn't pretending to be authentic, that blueberry one. So it's okay. I'll melt the rest of it. I'll probably throw something else in with it to kind of offset the fakeness of the blueberry for me. And I know this one's a fan favorite and that some of you adore it. So the good news is there's more for you because I won't be picking up any more. Now, here is the bar. Most happy surprise for me out of all 25 because I was sure I was gonna hate this, and a fresh bar has made a huge difference for my opinion, and that is French toast. So let me read the notes. A perfect light slice of bread dunked in golden egg batter, dusted with powdered sugar, and finished with a swirl of sweet maple syrup. The old bar that I had gotten from someone in like a bargain grouping of bars, I don't know what it was. It must have just been that the notes had gone bad. It was disgusting. I did not smell like French toast. It smelled like something spoiled and like burned spices. This fresh bar is much better. So much so that I'm either gonna get some more or maybe even put it in my club for a couple rounds. So it does still have a danger at the end of the melt of getting that weird, almost burned cinnamon note and that little bit of funk. So I don't know how many of these I need, but when you first put it in and for a good period of time, you get this cinnamon, you get this powder, and there's no cinnamon in here, but there are several of these bars that have cinnamon in the notes. They're just hiding it. It's this rich, there's a little bit of egg, but it's not gross. It's very much like that wonderful smell you get from French toast on a griddle. And that's where I think that that little bit of burnt cinnamon sugar as long as it doesn't push too far over, it's really good because it really smells authentic, like that little crispy crustiness that you get when you make good French toast. Oh, so this bar, like I said, I'm leaning right on the edge of either getting 2 or 3 or throwing it in my club. It will depend on how everything else rolls out July 1st and how much stuff I can get rid of in my club when the fall bars, when no fall bars are coming back. But this is in the middle of the pack for me, much, much better than I anticipated, and I have thoroughly enjoyed melting. The first time we did it, I did it in a small space and I was really impressed. And then I did it out here this morning. And this morning I got that little bit of turning in the notes. So it makes me a little nervous. But I'm gonna give this bar a real fair shot. It is very good. And we don't have a good cinnamon roll scent. We have a pumpkin cinnamon roll, and ages ago there was like a sticky cinnamon bun or sticky cinnamon roll. I wish we could vote that one back. That was a great bar. But this one gives me the most cinnamon sugar bakery baked good Saturday morning scent of anything that's available right now. So enough about French toast. I was pleasantly surprised with that. All right, now let's go on to sweet scents that aren't quite so heavy on the more like fall specific. And with all of those bars that I just showed you, I really don't have a comparable thing except stuff that I talked about. I don't have any bars to be able to compare, but this next one I do. This is Blackberry Orange Marmalade. Now, I really had high hopes for this, but, and most of y'all are gonna disagree with me, I like Huckleberry and Clementine better. I know, a lot of you hate this bar. We had it in the January BBMB. There are similar notes here, but there's something, I love the Scentsy Huckleberry note. I think that's what it is for me. This Huckleberry and Clementine, it's brighter, it's a little bit sharper. Yes, there's a strawberry vine. I know some people can't stand it. It's just better to me than our Blackberry Orange Marmalade, which is sweeter. But I don't know, there's just enough difference between the two. I don't care for this as much. I don't hate it by any means, it's just not a love. So Blackberry Orange Marmalade, blackberry jam over crystals of sugar. So this is what I think is making it less appealing for me. That sugar crystal note, it's also in pink rhubarb sugar. Now these are very different. If you like pink rhubarb sugar a lot, I bet you're gonna like the Blackberry Orange Marmalade. But this like crystally sugar, I prefer this one to this, but this crystally sugar note throws me off in either of these bars. I just don't love it. I don't know, something about it, like I want more mellow, I want more baked fruit. This is very like, there's a sharp crispiness to it. So Blackberry Orange Marmalade is very good, and if you were disappointed with Huckleberry and Clementine, this one might be your bar. So that was just okay. I won't be getting more, but you know, I'll melt the rest of it. Maybe I'll throw it in with some, maybe I'll throw it in with some Spiced Orange Harvest. That might really, or Mandarin Moon. I think I have more Mandarin Moon left. That might do it for me. All right, now here is the perennial favorite, Cutie Pie Cupcake. Cutie Pie Cupcake is down on the other end of the description. Sweet clementine, yellow cake batter, and vanilla and sugary icing. Yeah, it's all that. I get Fruit Loops. Now, is Fruit Loops bad? No. I prefer Clementine Cupcake, which is readily available. I didn't pull it out because you can order it in the catalog right now. Now, this one I think is a slightly better performer, although they're both soft, sticky, sweet. I just like the smell of Clementine Cupcake better. But my younger daughter, this is like her bar. She loves this. So now we have to have a debate. Are we going to buy multiples, or am I going to remove something else and put this in the club? We will have a talk, I'm sure. Good bar though, good solid bar, just not my favorite. All right, now here is one where if you are into vanilla and caramel, this is a lovely bar. This is Caramel Vanilla Delight. And Scentsy says, oh, going the wrong way again. Vanilla ice cream, liquid caramel, and a splash of white rum. This is great. And I actually have it in here. Yeah, it's great. Now, this one I pulled several bars to talk about and compare. It is not like vanilla bean buttercream. I already sniffed that, didn't even bring it to the table because it's enough different. This bar has caramel and rum on top of the vanilla note. But what I love about Sugar Cookie, that wonderful sweet profile of Sugar Cookie, I get that as a base in this caramel vanilla delight. Also, the Simply Vanilla note. Somewhere between these two, which in my opinion are the best vanillas from Scentsy, some of this type of oil must be used in the caramel vanilla delight because it's got a very excellent vanilla base. But then you put the caramel and the rum on top and it does make it much more complex. And so I pulled my salted caramel cupcake. I can't find my salted caramel toffee. It's MIA, it's somewhere around here. The caramel in this is sweeter and brighter. It doesn't have any of that like reduced down dulce de leche or like fall salted caramel note to it. And then the rum brightens it up. I think this is a lovely bar. I don't think I have room in my club for it because if I had to choose, I'm going to keep Simply Vanilla because it's much more versatile. It doesn't lean as bakery. I think I'll get a couple more bars though, because this is just, it's what it says. It's a delight. It is a very nice bar. It's smooth. It reminds me of shortbread, and you dip the shortbread into that wonderful, like almost like a caramel syrup, like the Torani syrup that you would put in your coffee. It has that sort of a profile. It is different than all that salted caramel stuff we've been getting for the last couple years. Very, very nice. So if I had more room in my club or I didn't have Simply Vanilla and I didn't already have like 2 bricks of Sugar Cookie and everything else, I would be thinking about clubbing that. And if you're a total vanilla addict, you better, because if you love vanilla and caramel, you should probably club that bar. And I actually think that'd probably be a really good mixer with other things. Okay, another perennial favorite that people are reasonably familiar with is your cotton candy cookie. Now this one I haven't actually melted because we have it and we melt it enough that I'm pretty familiar. And it's a happy bar. It's a happy bar, it's a juvenile bar, it's cotton candy, it's cookie, it is those things juxtaposed in one scent. There's some raspberry in here. So you've got the cotton candy, you've got a cookie, and you've got sugared raspberries. Yes, absolutely. It's a happy bar. It's very nice. If you like sweet and springy bakery that doesn't have any depth really. I mean, the raspberry gives it a little bit of depth, but you like those, oh, if you like pink sugarberry mint, if you like those clouds of cotton candy-ish smells, this is your bar. It's a good medium performer. Oh, and I keep forgetting to tell you about performance. The Vanilla Caramel Delight is a medium. The Buckleberry, I'd say, is medium to strong. The Blueberry Pancakes is medium to strong. The French Toast is strong. Cutie Pie Cupcake's kind of medium. All of these as bakery bars hold up much better than the other group that I reviewed first, which is all like delicate and floral and kind of fussy. So those are all very nice. There's not a one in there that I truly hate, except the Very Peri pumpkins, just not my thing. Okay, so then my last little group here, these are sort of oddball bars that I was having trouble classifying. So I did a bunch of florals the other day, but this one stands out to me as a very different profile, and that is My Only Sunshine. This is a gorgeous bar. This is a happy bar. This is very spring. This is an assertive, happy floral, if I can put it that way. And it's really, really pretty. It's bright. It's rounded. It's got the tuberose. Anything that has tuberose, there's an assertive quality to the floral. So if you're floral sensitive, like if you hate Lush Gardenia, you probably aren't gonna love My Only Sunshine, but if you love Lush Gardenia, you'll probably like this. So golden tuberose, jasmine, sandalwood, vanilla, and amber. It has this wonderful blend. And I remember liking this. This is one of my mother's favorites. And it's funny because her very favorite color in the world is gorgeous golden sunshine yellow. I'm definitely gonna get her a bar and maybe one more for myself. It hangs around pretty well for a floral too. It's a good performer, and it's a good medium right out the gate, almost medium strong, because all that tuberose and the amber and the sandalwood, but it's not like sandalwood heavy. So it's not that earthy sandalwood. It's so tempered by all the sweetness. It's just giving it some body. Very good bar. Okay, and then I have 3 more here. I have Simply Irresistible. Now, unfortunately, this one was kind of a performance disappointment. Beautiful smell. Somewhere down here. There it is. Lavender, amber, moss, and musk. Kind of like Perfect Gentleman in the sense that you get pretty good out of the gate and then it just sort of dies. I put this in a small room. It was great the first couple hours. I went to check it in the afternoon. Totally nothing, absolutely done. So if it had been a better performer, I was thinking of getting another bar. But for me, at least, this didn't do very well. Very nice on scent appeal. If you liked Twitter Pated back in the day, which was a much longer performer, this kind of reminds me of some of the notes in that. That was good. All right, now I have 2 left. I have the beautiful Blonde Wood, and then I also wanted to compare. I wanted to compare Simply Irresistible to Inhale. This is much stronger and much longer lasting, the Inhale, and more floral, but there are some similarities. Okay, then Blonde Wood and Moonflower. What a delightful bar. This one was the most surprisingly complex and enjoyable, I think, of this second group. If you like warm wood, but not heavy, this bar, if I could liken it to anything, it is like a beautiful IKEA Scandinavian photo shoot. Like everything is light wood with the sheepskins and all of that, very refined and tailored, tasteful, not over the top details in the house. This would absolutely be the scent to set that scene. So beautiful. I'm wrestling with whether I'm going to club this or not because it's a bar I don't think I'll reach for often, and I was so having trouble. There's another bar in my memory that I have melted and smelled, and it's Fields of Gold. If any of you still have a bar of Fields of Gold, please let me know how similar they are. Either I am marrying just the color and the name of the bars, or that one is similar to this, because I put this in and I'm like, oh, nagging in the back of my mind, what does this remind me of? So if it isn't Fields of Gold, it's a Bath & Body Works candle whose name has totally escaped me over the years. So Fields of Gold, no, that one has patchouli and some other stuff in it that's deeper than this. It's hiding on me. Where are you? Blonde Wood and Moonflower. Pale Warm Wood and Amber. Demure Moonflower, White Roses, and Lilies. You don't get the rose or the lily distinct. You get mostly this gorgeous wood with perfumey undertones. Absolutely addictive and lovely and good and strong. This is like medium strong. Very nice. This and Zeppelin, totally opposite personalities. Zeppelin performs at a lower level. Both really good. I'm so glad that we have them back. Unique scents. And then probably my favorite of this group, my beloved Summer Rain, that I have been waiting quite a while to get back. Great bar, not like anything else on this table. But if you love Mahalo Coconut, even though it seems like the notes are very different, Mahalo Coconut's got like coconut and pineapple added, but there is a note that they share. There is this creamy blueness that they share. Oh yeah. Summer Rain is so good, you guys. Cyclamen, Botanicals, Lava Salt, which that I don't have any idea what that's like, but I think it just gives it some depth. Gives you the earthy sweet scent of a passing summer storm. And I had the joy of melting this during a gentle rainstorm outside, and I'm totally gonna have to do the ranking video separate because I'm already up to 25 minutes. So out of all of these, my favorite is Summer Rain. And then I love my Buckleberry. I'm really intrigued by French Toast. I love the Blonde Wood and Moonflower. I like the Caramel Vanilla Delight. So many of these bars are fantastic. So I hope that you guys can put some feedback down in the comments for me of things that I missed or things that I just didn't cover, whatever. And I'm gonna shut this one down and prepare to do an overview of all 25 in a separate video because my computer gets so crabby uploading anything that's over 25 minutes. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.